I know my first job came from who I know, and it's all about who you know. I went to undergrad at Appalachian State and went to grad school at East Tennessee State. I didn't know this when I actually applied for the job, and I should have done my research a little bit better, but the head athletic trainer at Lander went to Appalachian State as well, and the director of the education program went to East Tennessee State. So, and the thing is I didn't know that, and they went ahead and called my professors at App and at ETSU and went ahead and got a reference without even me knowing. So it's about who you know, and it's also you never know who they're going to call, so you want to make sure that you're always representing yourself well and you're not burning bridges somewhere, because that person may have to be your reference and you didn't even know that they were going to be. So that's.
I found that when I was an undergrad, I was a lot more shy when it came to people that weren't my friends or weren't on my team. So I'm telling you now, you have to reach out of your comfort zone now and start making those connections, whether it's with professors, whether it's with coaches, administrators at other schools, the NCAA staff. Start being comfortable with being uncomfortable, okay? Because it's going to allow you to get out of that zone and start reaching to paths that you didn't know that you could, and start meeting new people that can open up doorways that you probably never imagined.
I deal with a lot of students that come and work for our organization, and their tipping point is the advisors that they have at their school. So these advisors want to see you succeed, so utilize them, get involved with networking in conferences like this situation, and just put yourself out there and email somebody. If you think, hey, that's a job I'd like to kind of dabble in, email them and see what it's about.
I've been to many of the professional leadership development, and all of them are like network, and then you have these networking receptions. You're like, oh my gosh, I need to walk around to everyone, and I need to hand out business cards, and I need to introduce myself, and it's nerve-wracking. But I went to one, and they did not use the term networking. They called it relationship building, and it resonated with me, and it has become so much easier and less scary of a term, because it's supposed to be that genuine, it's just a conversation. You're building a relationship with someone.
I think that don't look at your friend who's with you and how they're networking. You have to do what fits you. And Chrissy talked about, for some people you have to go outside your comfort zone to do that networking, because it's just not part of your personality to be that outgoing and to go and naturally talk with people you don't know. So there's different ways to network, and everyone does it differently. You really need to do what works for you, but you need to do it. So however it works out for you, you just got to make sure that you are building that network and that they are good people that you're surrounding yourself with. That's the other important part, is you want quality individuals who align with your value system and what your goals are. So it's key to make sure that network you're building, because that network will go with you throughout your career. There's folks that will fall off, but you're going to come up with this core group of folks that are your people, and you're going to move through your careers together. So make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people.
When I first started, I was really intimidated by networking and trying to make sure that I knew every single person that was in the room. But as a female in athletics, if there's a student athlete out there that I maybe don't know as well and is just kind of nervous to say, hey, can you help me with this, or can I bounce some ideas off of you? I'd have to say up here, I don't think there's a female that you would talk to that would not help you out in this industry. There's fewer numbers of us than there are males, but I couldn't turn anyone away. I don't think anyone up here would, even if it's a question like, should I wear heels to this interview, or I really like to get into compliance, what should I do? I can say honestly, being the SWA and only overseeing our SAC for a couple of years, I didn't know how to start out getting something together where our teams could kind of challenge each other. And I went to a conference a couple years ago, or actually about a year ago, and there's another SWA from UIndy that I met, and she's wonderful, and I'll call her up and say, hey, can I bounce this idea off of you, or do you think you could help me out with this? And she has just been a mentor to me, and I only met her because she was in the red group and we bowled together. So even if you meet someone along the way, ask them a question, or if you're kind of nervous, just go up and talk to someone. Don't feel too intimidated by it. I did, and it's probably a mistake that I made when I first started out.